WWE is about to get much worse. Now, top story today looks at concern from fans that WWE is now admitted to using AI for their storylines. The WWE TKO Town Hall meeting has been the talk of the wrestling world over the past few days, and according to information provided by Post Wrestling, Andrew Schleimer, who is the CFO for TKO, directly discussed the use of WWE using AI. Chief Financial Officer Andrew Schleimer spoke at the town hall about the company's use of AI. He noted that they've only run tests and pilots and are still in the early stages. He cited the use of AI for data and analytics on WWE and UFC consumers, as well as minor uses to enhance broadcasts. TKO President Mark Shapiro then stated that the company will be focusing on AI, with AI helping TKO's employees becoming more productive. TKO President and COO Mark Shapiro called the company's embrace of AI a major priority, emphasizing how AI could help employees become more efficient and productive. He noted how the UFC uses AI for fighter rankings and explained WWE's use of AI. Sounds alright, right? If it's just for data, that's fine. However, according to Post Wrestling, Shapiro then outright stated that Nick Khan and Triple H are using AI for storylines. Nick Khan and Triple H are using AI for storylines with WWE. What's resonating? What superstars are resonating? In what pockets of the country are they resonating? That helps us with, obviously, our content, our editorial, our creative, our mapping, our touring, and of course, maximizing revenue and getting our product out to the fans most in need of it. Now, whilst the use of AI is inevitable in certain aspects of WWE's business model, there is a concern that WWE may become over-reliant on AI, which will massively backfire when it comes to the company's creative output. WWE's already had some trouble with AI in the past, as remember when Dominic Mysterio was wearing the AEW Championship and not the AAA Mega Championship? How could such a big error not be noticed by WWE? We fear that the same may be done with storylines, as who knows what kind of nonsense AI is going to come up for WWE superstars. If so, you might as well just get Vince Russo back in the seat. But fans rip WWE. It's just a matter of hours after the AI-related comments leaked online, WWE aired NXT, and it was an interesting broadcast to say the very least. On the show last night, WWE aired a video package for Zarya, and the video package was completely AI. Fans instantly called this out, as the video package looked absolutely horrendous, and fans want to know what WWE was even thinking. The fan backlash was certainly apparent, as when WWE posted it on X, it was flooded with AI slop memes. Hopefully this isn't a sign of things to come, as the video package was completely soulless, and WWE needs to realize that this type of content isn't okay when you're a billion-dollar corporation. First they're making WrestleMania soulless, and now they're just making the entire product soulless. And next up, huge NXT debuts. Now, the rumors were true. Evil ended up debuting on NXT last night, and we're not talking about Triple H. Evil debuted on the brand confronting NXT champion Tony D'Angelo, and based on this initial presentation, he is set for a huge push on the brand. There were also some other huge debuts. Lizzie Rain, Will Cruz, Tristan Angels, Cam Hendricks, and Tate Wilder all made their NXT debut last night. WWE needed to act fast when it came to a reset of the NXT brand, as the show has lost a ton of their top stars over the past 2 weeks. There was concern that there were no names left for the reigning NXT champion to feud with. It was also reported that Evil wanted to start on NXT at his own request as per Body Slam. Interestingly, his name wasn't exactly revealed on the show, but there are rumors, thanks to a recent trademark, that it could be Nox Ragin. Yeah. What do you guys think of the rumored name? Next up is Triple H Indispensable. A Fightful Select's latest Q&A offering makes for interesting reading, as Sean Ross Sapp discussed TKO's heavy-handed involvement in WWE creative, and he stated that TKO does indeed have full control whenever they want it. Well, they do have full control of it if they want to. Triple H runs the day-to-day and week-to-week creative, but if TKO wants something to happen bad enough, then they're going to make it happen. They don't seem to exercise that too much, but it does pop up around WrestleMania a lot. I see a lot of people using that to cast complete blame one place, and that's just not how it operates. The report added that Triple H wants to be seen as indispensable, which is why he features himself on TV on a regular basis. A lot out of the left field stuff has been TKO directive, but Triple H still runs creative. It's clear he wants to be seen as indispensable, which is why he's on TV a lot. And we finally know the real reason why Triple H is keen to present himself on TV as often as he does. And this makes sense, but Triple H should let his creative output do the talking, as then TKO can't remove him from his position in any capacity. But did Triple H want to leave WWE? Yesterday it was reported that Triple H had re-signed with WWE for a number of years, which was presumably 3 more years. Whilst this implies that the game is happy in his role as head of WWE Creative, a compelling new report has surfaced from Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer. According to Alvarez, Triple H's future in WWE was coming into question, mainly because of how involved TKO were getting when it came to WrestleMania 42. I want to make it very clear, the people discussing this within WWE were not discussing this in the sense that we think he's doing a horrible job, we need him to be replaced. It was being discussed specifically because so much stuff was being done at the last second by people outside. The decision to bring in Pat McAfee, the decision to insert him into the storyline, the thing with Jelly Roll, I heard about it prior to that as well as with other things that had come from above. And a huge revelation, Alvarez stated that there were people within WWE who expected 2026 to be the final year of Triple H running creative. It was just there was a feeling that perhaps these people keep getting involved, and why would they keep getting involved if they had so much faith in this guy? And there were people who thought, I don't know if this guy's going to be around at this time next year. Alvarez would culminate his report by stating that although the game is now re-signed, there was significant opinion backstage that his reign over WWE creative may have been over soon. Next up is AJ Lee done with WWE. There has been some speculation that AJ Lee's WWE run could have come to an end. This speculation has mainly come from AJ saying goodbye in a post-WrestleMania social media promo, as well as an Instagram post last night where she broke character and put over Becky Lynch. Rebecca, you're selfless, hilarious, and a pure joy to spar with. Thank you for keeping me safe and making me better. Jess, thank you for being a true partner in our matches and always calming my anxiety. AJ will also thank an array of WWE names in the post, including Bayley and WWE referee Jessica Carr. It's not been revealed whether this means that AJ is officially done, as little information is known relating to her contractual status with the company. However, it's likely that she could be having another big hiatus, maybe back in time for SummerSlam. Next up, Kairi Sane reveals the truth on a release. Kairi Sane has broken her silence when it comes to a WWE release, and she has seemingly debunked a major report relating to a WWE exit. Earlier this week, it was reported via Dave Meltzer that Sane wanted to go back to Japan and may have potentially asked for her own release by WWE. However, Sane took to X last night to state, "What I can say is I know that there's been a lot of speculation, but I truly love this work, my teammates and my fans. I never walked away and I've given my all in everything I do. I hope you're all doing well." Now, this naturally debunks the report instantly and suggests that Sane had no say in a WWE release. This is incredibly frustrating as fans relaxed on the We Want Kairi campaign when they found out that she may have wanted a release, but the fact that Sane clearly didn't want to leave has added fuel to the campaign once again. There were chants of We Want Kairi on Raw this week, and as things stand, it's been reported that there are no plans to bring her back into the fold anytime soon. It's entirely possible that WWE does eventually bring her back if the campaign picks up steam, as we're in a similar situation that we found ourselves in last year with R-Truth. The backlash to WWE releasing Truth was so severe that WWE were forced to bring him back. We could be seeing history repeat itself here, but for this to occur, the campaign needs to continue, and fans need to be vocal of chants at live shows as well as on social media. Next up, WWE planning a huge WrestleMania, and Nick Khan is actively hyping up the location of WrestleMania 44. During the town hall meeting, Khan discussed WrestleMania in 2028, and he stated, "Wait until you hear the announcement on where we're going to be for WrestleMania in 2028. Our fans are now assuming that this means that WWE is going to deliver another international WrestleMania event. A lot of the fans in the UK firmly believe that WWE has secured the historic Wembley Stadium for the big event." Now, of course, Khan's comments don't exactly confirm another international location for WrestleMania, as he could be simply hyping up a US-based WrestleMania, albeit a new location that WWE hasn't delivered a Mania in before. It could very well be the original idea for WrestleMania 43, where it was supposed to be held at the new Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. Construction is still undergoing on the stadium, and it could very well be opened in 2027, plenty of time for WrestleMania 44. But knowing WWE, we're going to have Triple H on the Allegiant Stadium again saying, "Welcome to Las Vegas" for the third time. Next up, sad news for Stephanie Vaquer. Some rather unfortunate injury news to share now. On Raw this week, Stephanie Vaquer was declared injured after a backstage assault, and it turns out that this injury is completely legitimate. According to Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer Radio, the injury is very real, but it's unclear when it was sustained. Alvarez said that the injury is legitimate and is likely that the sprain they referenced last night. It's unclear where the injury was first sustained. Vaquer last wrestled at WrestleMania 42 in a losing effort to Liv Morgan. But sadly, it's not just Stephanie Vaquer who has an injury. Another name reportedly injured is Tala Tonga, and Alvarez reports that Tonga hasn't been released like the rumors suggested, and that he should be set to return fairly soon. Tonga has been out of action since April 17 SmackDown when he was in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. His absence on last Friday's SmackDown brought into question whether he had been released given the days cut since he wasn't mentioned on the show. Alvarez said Tonga is out with an undisclosed injury, but is expected back fairly soon. We want to extend our best wishes to Vaquer and Tonga and wish them both a speedy recovery. Next up, Bronson Reed's return will be huge. Now it seems that WWE has significant plans for Bronson Reed when he returns from injury, positioning him as a major challenger for Roman Reigns during his current World Heavyweight Championship run. Instead of rebuilding his momentum back up from scratch, Reed is expected to jump straight into a top-level feud, showing that WWE still views him as a main event level talent. The planned rivalry is supported by their existing history, most notably Reed's shocking victory over Reigns at Crown Jewel 2025. The past win helps establish Reed as a credible threat and makes the potential feud more meaningful. Before his injury, Reed had been gaining momentum, and plans were even in place for him to dominate the Elimination Chamber match, but a torn bicep forced him out and caused him to miss WrestleMania 42. Despite the setback, WWE appears committed to maintaining his push rather than letting him lose relevance. Currently, no return date has been confirmed, however it's very possible that he makes his return in July, and this moves over to SummerSlam for a huge match. Next up, Raw had a huge malfunction. Now, it seems that there was a major issue during the recent episode of Raw that negatively affected both fans and wrestlers in attendance, as many fans noticed that both Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns were absolutely dripping with sweat, even though they didn't do much in the ring. And the main problem was a failure of the arena's air conditioning system, which caused extremely hot conditions inside the venue. There was even a video posted online of Reigns looking absolutely glistening with sweat, and you could tell it was hot in the arena. And finally, has WWE gone too far? Now, final story today looks at Santos Escobar's WWE release. The former Cruiserweight champion was a part of the roster cuts last Friday, and this was controversial, as Escobar is currently injured and it's been questioned whether WWE should be releasing talent whilst they're injured. Despite suffering his injury in WWE, Fightful Select is now reporting that they have revoked permission for Escobar to use the WWE Performance Center to heal his injury. The WWE line of thinking was that they expected to be healed and near being cleared by the time his 90-day wait period is up. It was originally communicated to us that he could use the WWE PC to rehab his injuries, but we have since been told that is not the case. This is a really controversial and cold approach for WWE to take. Logic would suggest that Escobar would be supported through his injury and recovery period, especially over the next 90 days. It appears to be a new policy that WWE are happy to cut ties with injured talent and don't seem to care about the moral implications of failing to support said talent with their